Why would a decent company want to put trust in someone with no experience in the niche, even for free? Because they benefit with content and they need content. Every company needs content. They need as much content as they can get. And if you can bring content for free, they will work with you. They'll roll the dice on you. They'll give you a shot. They'll give you a chance. You also have to go into the business talking intelligently about what they do. You have to do some research. You can't walk in the door and say, I've never heard of this business before, but I want to do stuff for this business. Nope. You got to go in there with a little bit of knowledge behind what you're doing so that it'll make sense. You go into a dentist, you drop the wrong keywords, they're not going to deal with you. Doctors don't want to hear you call a patient's customers or clients. You got to go in and you got to say patients and this, that, and the other. So you got to do some research before you go in there and talk to them. Every company needs content. Some don't know how much, some can't produce enough, some don't know where to start. Right? Just like right now, everybody watching this who have a business need SEO. You don't know where to start. If somebody came to you and say, hey, I'm trying to get into doing SEO for photographers. Can I work on your website to try to bring you more traffic? Why would you tell them no? What do you have to lose? You would be like, hey, let's do it. If they bring you one more client, that's one more than you had. Can you still get business credit when your personal credit is trash? Yes. You may have to do a secure business card. Your business has nothing to do with you if you do it right. Keep that in mind. It shouldn't. Some companies, when your business is new, some credit card companies will ask for a cosigner, and that can be you or somebody you know with better credit. It's up to you. You can do a secure credit card to build it. I talk about that as well in Module 1, just building up that credit. And I talk about that there are some companies that will just give you credit. They'll just be like, all right, your company, you got your tax ID number, you got all your numbers. You know, here's a $500 line of credit. You just keep buying and working on that so your business can grow. Do you do 50 then 50 when the file is submitted or 50 then 50 on the shoot date? Okay, I used to do 50 as a retainer and then 50 on the day of the shoot. That was my going thing. That's how I used to rock. But because of upsells during the shoot, I do 50 on the day it's wrapped. So if you're doing a one-day shoot, then everything stays the same. Keep in mind, very, 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 very important. As you work with bigger clients, all of this is going to be out of the window. Bigger clients that are cutting bigger checks can't put it all on a credit card. They got monthly limits on their credit card. They don't want to put $3,000 and max out their business credit card. We're not talking about personal. We're not talking about money coming out of the person pocket that you're talking to. We're talking about someone who is in that department that has to make purchases for that department. They don't want to max out what they can buy that month on one project. So they will have a different department cut the check. That department will usually cut the check. It's going to be a T30, 60, or 90, or net 30 or net 60. They won't cut the check until the project is complete on bigger checks. I'm talking about 20,000 plus. Smaller checks, sometimes if they're calling you for an event in the future, they will cut you a check to hold you as a retainer. If it's smaller than that, we're talking 1,000 to 5,000. They'll usually put a portion on their credit card and cut you a check for the rest. And then when you're talking about the bigger 20 plus, 10 plus $1,000 payments, they're usually going to come via wire or check. I like wire or check because the banks don't charge you anything to cash that. So I am okay with waiting for my money. The thing you got to keep in mind is if you have a staff, you're coming out of pocket to pay that staff because they'll probably get paid before you get paid. So make sure you keep some funds in your business account. I want to somehow start to deal professionally with photography, even with small steps. How do I approach a cafeteria if you want Instagram photos, for example? By looking like a business that provides great images for the purpose of Instagram. You're going to track what you look like. If you look like a $2 business, you're going to attract $2 clients. And this is something that I just want to make sure that I slap you in the face with. I got to tell you this, fam. Nobody telling you this. I got to tell you this. You can't say Ty didn't keep it real with you because you think it with your pockets. And in your pockets, $300 is a lot of money. In a business pocket, $300 is money they spend to see if $300 is even worth spending. Like it's nothing to them. They spend $300 on staples a day. So I gotta be real with you because you're thinking in your world that's that big in the world of money and you're not thinking about the $1 billion, $1 million companies you're approaching. You look dusty to them. They're not gonna touch you. Businesses ain't looking to save money. You thinking with your pockets, you wanna save money. You wanna get something cheap and businesses are looking to make investments. They don't mind making a big investment for a big return. You need to look like a big investment. You don't look like a big investment. You look like a small gamble. They want a sure thing as far as what they're going to get. Now, when I say sure thing, I don't even mean video quality. I mean, they want to work with a business that looks like we do nothing but this for people like us all the time that gets results. If your business don't provide that, if it don't provide that feeling with everything, with the look of your website, the brand name, the color, the people you got on it, the projects you decided to present, your demo reel, your name itself, if your company ain't just doused in that, you're not gonna have success. Not with them. What about people who have it half right? Quality products in front of the crack house, or poor quality with bells and whistles. Okay, this is what you got to think about. Because quality product in front of a crack house will probably get your house raided. It draws too much attention for the wrong reasons. There's a lot of restaurants that have beautiful facilities that food is trash, right? We've all been to a Italian restaurant that had everything. Like, it was wine everywhere. Like it was dim lights, and their food was like, ugh. They're still in business. We all know somebody that make a bomb burger. They can't sell a burger. They got a grill on the back of their truck. They sitting there hoping. The brand is more important than the product. Let's be real. The brand is more important than the product. Jay-Z can put out an album of trash right now. Because he's built that brand, it will do 1 million sales. He would have to put out 2 trash albums for him to lose steam. If Beyonce says she got an album dropping, it can be her clapping to the beat. It will go platinum in an hour because she's built that brand. Everything Apple put out hasn't been a hit. Everything Nintendo put out hasn't been a hit. That's why brand is so important. You focus on the product if you want to. Then if it's a fad and it goes away, what are you? You freaking a ton of products that we can name that's no longer around. The brand is the most important part. Products is just secondary. So invest in that brand. Make sure that you are invested in the look and feel of your brand, then the solution you provide. One thing to really discuss is licensing for corporate commercial work. I talk about licensing a lot when it comes to corporate work. I feel like there's a time for it, and there's a time where you just gotta let it go. It depends on the company. I've done work for Red Bull. Sometimes you gotta let it go to get that check. It's like a lease, right? I look at it like a lease. Can you afford to buy the car? Can you lease the car? If you lease it, you can get lower payments, but you're not gonna own it. When you buy it, you're gonna pay full price for it after your payments is up. So with content, can they afford to really pay you to do everything? Can they buy it outright? If not, they're gonna lease it. They're gonna get a certain amount of miles out of it, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna readdress it.